Hey there, everybody. Coming at you from fairly early on a Sunday morning. It's already hot. I kind of love these summer days. Summertime, the living's easy, as a wise man once said. Anyway, I want to reflect on day one, launching this story cycle thing. Chapter 1, remembering life and place as part of the overall narrative of returning home. And I felt really good about it. No story submissions yet. I got some encouraging words from a couple friends, which goes a long ways when you're trying to do something where you don't really know what you're doing. So gonna keep going. Very excited for the rest of this pilot. Moving into passage 2 tomorrow, which is the collective story of remembering life and place as part of returning home. But before I get into that, I just want to say that I'm also exploring how this can feel a little bit more alive. I really want to figure out how to create like a living, feeling story field where people feel welcome and encouraged and courageous to submit stories and give into something that's bigger than all of us, this collective exploration of what it means to return home. Boy, does the earth and our places, they need us. They need us to figure this out. And so gonna be doing some more stuff on Instagram stories. And if you've got some input for me, advice for me for how this could be more welcoming for you, how you would like to participate, maybe it's just direct messages and I can speak anonymously or not mention names but share stories. That's another way that we could go about doing this. But I'm open to all possibilities. Maybe it's just stories on Instagram that have simple polls or very simple prompts. Maybe that's a low lift way of doing it. Or maybe I just need to model storytelling. I'll do that right now. I'll share a little story of my personal call to return home. And your stories don't have to be video reflections. They could be written, they could be whatever you feel called to do. But for the sake of modeling, I'll share that one of the things in my own life that has been a consistent call, a memory that always reminds me that I do want to belong to place, and that I also long for a reclamation of like extended family. So those are 2 of the 5 themes in one that I mentioned yesterday in the carousel. Which I'm sure, as a side note, people feel multiple of the themes. But when I was a kid, I grew up in a pretty rural area. Beautiful. Not a whole lot of people around, though. It was pretty isolating from a community perspective. Beautiful. I said beautiful already, but like really beautiful. I guess I had to emphasize that. I had a deep connection with ecology without really knowing much about living systems, other than from like an instinctual sort of feral place, to be honest. I was a barefoot kid. But we used to travel on a pretty regular basis in the summer times to Maine, where we had family. We would go to this island community, and it was really tight-knit. Everybody knew everybody, and it was just bliss for a kid like me. I'd get there, first thing I'd do is I'd go down to the local bike shop, rent a bike, and I would join up with the gang of little kids. It reminded me of the Goonies so much, and it just felt like one big family, and it was just so, I don't know, idyllic for a kid who didn't have that. And it served as a strong contrast between not having community and minimal extended family, and what it could feel like to be a member of a tight-knit community in place. So I want to share that little story. That is something that really colors and shapes my sense of my call for remembering life and place. So maybe there's a story that inspires you to reflect upon and share. Maybe the story that you feel most drawn to is an ecological one. Maybe it is about reclaiming agency in a world with planetary crisis, and knowing that our agency really is most potent, lies most strongly in place and the planet is a whole and places are parts. That's one other way that you may feel called to return to place. But love to hear some stories. Let me know how this might feel accessible, approachable for you. What might you need to step forward? Let me know. I want to learn how to facilitate and hold this storytelling space. And I also want to figure out how to have an on-the-ground component. Speaking of making this feel like it's alive. Social media has its limitations. We can only be so alive in the matrix. That's a whole nother topic. Actually, it's pretty much the same topic. Anyway, with that, hope you have a good day.